Hi everybody, today I am drawing Mosskit from Warrior Cats on FireAlpaca. I'm just, trying FireAlpaca out because, I tried Clip Studio Paint and that didn't go too well. So I thought instead I'd try this out with my Wacom tablet. So yeah. I'm just drawing him standing there. At first I was just, drawing some random cat. No, not much. I didn't think about drawing Mosskit at first, but in the end I do actually end up drawing him. I'm referring to him as him because even though in the official Warrior Cats canon, Mosskit is a Blue Stars Lost Kit and a girl, but the Enter the Clan's Mosskit was what inspired the Mosskits for StarClan for me. He is that Mosskit, so I just changed his fur color for the official canon and left it at that. I didn't officially do anything crazy. But I really liked this. It's way better than Clip Studio Paint, nothing confusing. Though, actually there was a bit of confusing stuff. We didn't know how to crop. My mom didn't, but eventually we found out, and that's good. So I didn't like the original drawing of a kitten, so I was going to try again. And I thought I'd just draw a cat, and then I was like, no, I don't like this either. Yeah. I tried to draw Mystic Flower and Crimson Coral, not on FireAlpaca, but just on a piece of paper earlier that day. And it was just one of my off days, couldn't draw. But I did manage to make a decent Mosskit in the end. So stick with me and you'll see my opinions on FireAlpaca and a nice drawing. I'm putting a picture of Nutmeg Tiger Cookie here so that you don't have to see print jobs that I end up deleting because that's personal stuff. But anyway, back to drawing Mosskit. I'm drawing the kitten face now, and FireAlpaca is a pretty decent app. In the end, it puts my illustration on my computer screen, and after a while of using FireAlpaca, I predict I'm going to have to make a FireAlpaca drawing folder. But that's not going to be for a while, so my screen won't be cluttered for now, but will be cluttered eventually. But the color wheel's simple enough, I guess. I can get the colors I want. And there is an eyedropper feature, so if I am ever to draw a cookie on there and I end up importing their picture, I can easily get the colors out of the picture. Yeah. Now I'm drawing Mosskit's face. Yeah. I'm drawing Mosskit's face now. And his ears. I'm not really a drawing tablet fan, but I'm doing it because I got it. I have to use it. I can't just waste $100 or more or less, I don't know, tablet. Gotta use it, So, I'm drawing the face. I did not like the face a single bit. I tried to make it better by making his mouth open. It worked. And, then I at first wanted to make him a calico kitten because I didn't intend on drawing Mosskit in the first place. And I'm like, oh, I have an idea. Why don't I just draw Mosskit? And it was a brilliant idea. It was extraordinary and brilliant. So I immediately got to work on drawing Mosskit. I drew his little cream patterns and everything. BDW, as in, by the way, I cannot get past Beast Yeast 419, so I can't get to the next Beast Yeast episode, sadly, for a while. But I do have Nougat Tiger, as you saw earlier. Either way, Mosskit's looking pretty good now, and I think I'm now trying to figure out how to add layers. Because I'm very confused. I'm like, okay, I'm done with the sketch. Why can't I add a layer? Then I'm like, wait a minute. Is it somewhere over here? And that was me like thinking, should I zoom? And then I'm like, oh wait, here's how to add a new layer. Boop. And then I'm like, oh yay, I added a new layer. I'm a genius. And I cleared out, I hid layer 1 by accident. And then trying to lower the opacity of the layer, which apparently isn't possible in this. Maybe I should have asked Mom. But I then get to work doing the line art. Now just carefully tracing, if you know what I mean. Just carefully tracing, like, other than the issues on how it works, FireAlpaca is a great app. You should go get it, but don't fall for the download ads on there. Don't. It's just trying to get you to download different stuff, but eventually it'll show you how to actually download FireAlpaca, and you get on their website, download FireAlpaca, and you can get a pretty decent drawing out. The closest thing I could find was watercolor edge cloudy, and I don't think it even changed it all that much. To the opacity main, watercolor edge cloudy. Maybe if I followed that little option, it would have made it cloudier, and I could have easily put the line art. This is me accidentally using the eyedropper tool. Yay! But, I fixed that. Yeah, I, fixed that. I'm now back to black, and I can, continue doing line art, which I clearly am doing right here. And, eventually, I, will, start coloring in a cute little kitten, and, we'll have Mosskit. Also, if you're using this as a tutorial, just don't. This is not a tutorial. This is my opinions on FireAlpaca. Also, this is not sponsored at all. This is just me using FireAlpaca for the first time. This is not sponsored. But if you're wanting a good review on a website, like, you can continue watching this. But if you don't, then just stop. And watch some of my other videos. Like how to draw a nutmeg tiger cookie, if you're wanting nice and lengthy tutorials. Yeah. Either way, I'm continuing on the line art. And doing his eyes now. And by the way, I got the style of how I draw kits from Art a la carte, so thanks. Just thank you, Art a la carte. I wouldn't be drawing like this if it weren't for you. I wouldn't be drawing like this if it weren't for you. Like, I'd be drawing differently. Like, how to draw kits a while back befuddled me. Then, when I watched your video, the truth was revealed on how to draw kittens. And I was like, yay, I can now draw kittens. So I've been drawing kittens like this ever since. And I realized that I forgot to line art a lot of stuff. So I pressed Control-Z, like all good redoer people do, by undoing things. And I continue, drawing. Maybe I should have used a low opacity eraser on the layer. That would have been smart. But then I don't know how to layer, put down a thing's opacity, so bang, bang, bang. That was me banging my head against my pillow. Well, it's actually a plush animal, but still. And, yeah, like, I'm just, doing line art. And, this is me when I tried to make the tail bigger. I was like, where's Liquify? I could not find Liquify. And, I continued. And, I was just like, it's confusion. Because, look, every new beginner does not know how to do something new. Right? Yeah, that's true. That is totally, absolutely true. So now I'm getting started on the coloring. using the same layer I did for the liner. So I'm starting with a nice gray. Because who doesn't like a nice gray? Besides, that's Mosskit's color. Gray. And then just, you know, doing some things. At first I thought FireAlpaca doesn't have pen pressure. Then I realized, hey wait, it does. I'm like, yay, it has pen pressure. I'm just like, yay, pen pressure. And that was useful. Now I can just use the biggest brush I want and just touch really lightly, and there'd be no big issues at all. Yay! Okay, either way, like, I just, you know, am glad to have a good drawing app on my computer. Because on my iPad I use Procreate, and on Procreate I, drumroll please, draw with my finger! Okay, a lot of you people, all the experts draw with Apple Pen. I am not an Apple Pen artist person. I am a draw with my finger person. So yeah, well, I, tried to save my thing here. I, didn't know how until I, figured out at the end of the video. But, I had to, try and try again, you know? That sort of thing. Yeah. But I'm continuing to color in Mosskit. And, I am just, you know, now I am trying to pick a good ear color, I think. Yep, ear color. I'm trying to pick a good ear color. I went for this pale pinkish color, which may have not been the best choice, considering the gradient considering the background. It's, too white. The pink is too similar to white, if you know what I mean. Way too similar, but that's my own choices, not FireAlpaca's fault at all. It's a really good app. You should try it. If you have a Dell computer, it's compatible with that. Like, it's that good. It's compatible with a lot of stuff. It's even compatible with Apple. It's compatible with a lot. I'm not kidding. But I colored in Mosskit's mouth, and now I'm going to color in his eyes. No, wait. I was wrong. I'm coloring in his fur now. Yeah, I thought I was going to be coloring in his green eyes, you know. Because I was going over to green, but then I went over to yellow to do it instead. Do the white instead. But it's not even white. It's a cream white. Yay! Okay. Yes. Color. Now I'm moving to a nice green to color in his eyes. And, yeah. So, I, now am, thinking I am done. And then I'm like, wait a minute. I want to add a background. Just a simple one. Not something too big. So I, decide. Well, I think right now I'm just fiddling with the layers. Trying to figure out how to merge them. Because I do not know how to merge layers. I am just going around like, hey, how do I merge these? Either that or I'm trying to fix Mosskit's tail again, but yeah. All those shuffling noises, if there are any right now, that's just, I think that's just me moving around. But, I'm just trying to do some things. Oh, wait, I know. I'm trying to move a layer behind Mosskit. I'm like, oh, look, I can flip the canvas. Yay! Nice. And then I go to, I'm like, okay, how do I do this? I ended up merging the layers again. Because I do not know how to do this. I will, eventually I'm gonna, maybe soon I'll look it up, but I'm like, okay. In the end, I just duplicated the layer, deleted what was on the original, and added a background that way. So that's another flaw. It is kind of non-user friendly, but it's also really good. I just make a box, and I was planning for that to be the background. I'm like, oh wait, I didn't ever color in the middle of Mosskit's eyes, so I go ahead and fix that. Like, I go ahead and fix that. I'm like, oh, that looks bad. So I press Control-Z like any decent person would do, and then try again. And this time get it right. Why didn't you just make a layer under Mosskit or use the background to do it? I don't know. I don't know why I didn't do that. But I was like, yeah, I'm just fixing some things right now, I think. And now I'm like, I want to add a gradient. So I go over and try to add a gradient. I'm like, okay, how do I add a gradient? I'm like, I start fiddling around with gradient because I have no idea what I'm doing, you know. I'm like, oh, that's a pretty gradient there, but I'm trying to make one of my own, you know. And I'm like the gradient that aren't my own, like not the top 4 ones, but the 5th one. That's the one I end up using in the end, but because I just don't know how to make a gradient of my own. I'm like, what am I doing? I don't even know. I don't know what I'm doing at all. I'm like, okay, how am I going to make a gradient? I don't know. And I'm like, why do I not know? I should know this. I'm like, this should be easy. I should just be able to click the other thing and be able to do it. And finally, I'm like, no wait, I didn't call it for Mom. I should have. I didn't. But, like, now I'm like, nah, I don't like that. And I'm like, maybe I should just find out another way. Maybe I shouldn't even try to make my own gradient, because that wasn't smart. I'm like, okay, maybe if I use this one, it's nice. And it's called Blue Wave, I think. I can't be sure, but I then add. I then do this, try to get it to fill the box. It does not fill the box, but it makes a rather nice gradient, don't you think? And I'm like, wow, what a nice gradient. And I'm like, okay, this is nice, this is nice. And I'm like, okay, now I just need to figure out a crop. And I think right now I'm fiddling around trying to figure out a crop, either that or I'm like, okay, how do I crop? Like, oh look, a crop option. I try to click it, it's grayed out. It's like, no, you can't crop. And I'm like, why? And then it doesn't tell me. And I'm like, how do I do this? I don't know anything about cropping things. I'm like, maybe if I merge these, I will be able to crop. I was unable to crop. And I'm like, oops. I press Control-Z like any decent person would do, and it's back. Yay! Now, yeah. FireAlpaca is pretty good. It's just has some flaws, as you've seen throughout this video. So I'm like, what am I doing? I'm like, and now I think right now I'm getting Mom for help, and like we go back to the, like I start moving around, and Mom's like, no, that's not how you crop. And I'm like, I can do this. And then I come back, expecting it to be all cropped out. It isn't. And I'm like, why? Why isn't it cropped? And eventually Mom had to look it up, but we found out how to crop, and turns out you have to use the selection tool. But I didn't know what the rectangle selection tool even was. So at first we tried to get help, and I was like, should I go over to the website? How do I get help? Well, I'm trying to get help. I finally figure out that we're supposed to use the rectangle selection tool, and it took me a while to find out what the rectangle selection tool was, but then I found it, and I was like, yay! But rectangle selection tool, like, that incident happens a little later on. I'll describe that more in detail later. But I have like 21 subscribers now. Yay! 21 subscribers. Imagine that. But go ahead and subscribe so that we can get to Nutmeg Tiger Cookie's story faster, right? And I've heard that you can use FireAlpaca to animate. Nice. Because, like, we have a subscriber goal. When we get to 50 subscribers, we are going to do Nutmeg Tiger Cookie's story. That, in my canon. That's the goal. So, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Okay, and this is when the rectangle selection tool incident happens. Like, I'm like, okay, all I have to do is select and then hit crop. That happens. I'm like, what? So I press Control Z like any decent person would do again, and I'm like, it's confusion. I try again. It does the same thing, and now I might be starting to lose my temper. I'm not sure. Then we finally figure out. I go to the right tool, the right one. Eventually, and I'm like, okay, when do I get the right tool? When do I get to the right tool? Okay, this is the right tool. I select, and then I go to crop. I go over here and I press crop, and it's like, do you want to crop? And I'm like, yeah. And then I crop. You see, it's a beautiful gradient. Lots of glory. And I'm like, okay, what else do I need to do? I'm finished. But no. I am not finished at all. I have one final thing to do, and that, of course, is to add my signature. Because, I can't, just go without my signature, you know? And then I press save, and then I find out how to save. I'm like, at first I'm confused again. I'm like, how do I save? I need to save. And maybe I'm like, I need to title it. And I put in Mosskit. The person's just going to title it Mosskit. And I'm like, then I get smart. And then I put in Mosskit drawing. That was better. That was way better. And then I'm like, save. I click save and it works this time. Then I thought I'd add one final thing to signal that this video is ending. And that would be a goodbye. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you later.